Alright, in one of my videos, I talked about globalization and globalization, and I wanted to expand on it because I also did more research into globalization and not only into globalization, but also into the people against it. I did touch on this a little bit with Donald Trump and Marine Le Pen, but I want to look at more about civil society more so, and yeah, I did some more research, so I'm going to talk about it. In 2003, an environmental or several environmental groups started their decade-long campaign against Asia Pulp and Paper, who produce paper. They are an Indonesian company established in 1972, and they are based in Singapore. They market their products in over 120 countries and produce 18 million tons of pulp, paper, and packaging annually. In 2005, Friends of the Earth, an organization, reported Asian pulp and paper. They reported that they were responsible for clearing 280,000 hectares of rainforest over the previous decade. That's barnacles. Asian Pulp and Paper, in response, signed an agreement with Rainforest Alliance to allow them to monitor their deforestation and verify their attempts to protect, areas of rainforest. In 2007, though, Rainforest Alliance dissolved their relationship after concern over Asia Pulp and Paper's lack of commitment to conservation. Furthermore, Forest Stewardship Council also dissociated and didn't allow Asia Pulp and Paper to use their logo. In the next year, 2008, Eyes of the Forest, an environmental coalition group, reported Asia Pulp and Paper. They reported that they were building new roads through Kampar Peninsula, containing tropical peat swamps and critically endangered Sumatran tiger. Greenpeace also raised concern about their deforestation plans in the Sumatran forest and how this would endanger animals such as the Sumatran tiger, elephants, and apes. 2 years later, in 2010, Greenpeace gathered evidence against APP and published Pulping the Planet, a report identifying companies using APP products like KFC, Lego, and Disney. I do think that after doing this research, it does sound that Asia Pulp and Paper is not the most ethical company. I did learn about this corporate social responsibility that corporations and organizations, TNCs, they should have this responsibility not only to the consumer but to the environment, to their workers. They should not exploit them. This is also a big issue. Within the TNCs, the race to the bottom, which is when the TNCs try to undercut the competition's prices by further, for example, like disregarding their ethics in regards to production to maximize profits. For example, overcrowding factories, paying their workers less, having them work in unsafe conditions. There's this downward harmonization of their wages, and overall, this is obviously horribly terrible. I think TNCs really do have this responsibility because they are so powerful. That, like, quoting Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility, and I do believe that Asia Pulp and Paper have not upheld their responsibility to their workers, to the environment. There is another great example of this race at the bottom, which is seen in the Rana Plaza factory collapse, which is the result of overcrowding and illegal additional floors because they want to increase their productivity. They want to overcrowd this already poorly constructed building just so they can meet the high demands of TNC such as Gap. But I will talk about that probably in another video.